Welcome everyone back to the LCS Week 5 and the LEC final week predictions. We're going to be going through a jam-packed roster of games, including the results to last weekend, which we are getting into right now. Starting off in the LCS, we got 6 out of 15. Kind of bad, honestly. Very sus, if you ask me. This year's been hard to predict, I'm going to be brutally honest, and with 15 games this weekend, yeah, I was not feeling it. But do you know where I was feeling it? The LEC. We got a pretty decent score, 6 out of 10. And we only dropped one game on Friday, so naturally we did pretty good. Results out the way, let's go quickly through our predictions for the LCS as we return back to 10 games. Game 1 is IMT EG. I have gone with an EG win. TSM Fly, I'm going FlyQuest. 100 Thieves TL, I'm going Team Liquid. C9 Golden Guardians, I'm going C9. Dignitas CLG, I'm going Dignitas. Day 2, TL IMT, I'm going Team Liquid. CLG 100 Thieves, I'm going 100 Thieves. EG C9, I'm going with C9. FlyQuest Dignitas, I'm going with Dig, and then TSM Golden Guardians, I'm going Golden Guardians. Predictions done for the LCS, let's get into the LEC's bumper weekend of action. First matchup this weekend is SK versus Rogue, and I'm just going to outline the implications of this matchup. SK realistically need to win every game this weekend in order to have themselves the best chance of making playoffs. And one of their opponents this weekend is against the other team that's vying for the 5th/6th playoff spot in XL, and that other game is against Misfits. Now personally, SK could do this, but their first opponents, Rogue, are a very, very difficult team to face, considering they're atop the table and they are vying for that top spot and first seed going into playoffs. As such, I still feel Rogue are going to win this matchup and eliminate SK from playoffs, though they could in theory still make it, but I think by the end of day 1 they will be mathematically eliminated. Time for a nothing matchup as Misfits take on Astralis. Both teams have kind of locked what they've got, as Astralis are locked out of playoffs. Misfits, I guess, can go for the 4th spot, the 3rd, 4th spot, and lock that in for themselves as well. That's realistically what they're aiming to do this weekend, but as I say, they are locked for playoffs anyway. And personally, they are going to beat Astralis here, even if they are looking to be upset makers. Regardless though, Misfits have had a phenomenal season, and be sure to check out the team breakdown I did recently on them, because it gets very insightful on this roster. It's time for the matchup of the week, Vitality versus Mad. One of these two teams can lock in playoffs here, and what that team is Vitality, gonna be brutally honest. They're the team I predicted and who hopefully will be focusing in on for our playoff place team breakdown. Obviously, if Mad win and they do qualify for playoffs, then maybe we have a little shuffle around with who we are breaking down. But obviously, we need to look at that 5th or 6th playoff spot, as it is a very close positional race, and one of which could go to any one of 4 teams. Our 4th matchup is G2 versus XL. I'm gonna be honest, this is realistically a must-win for XL to secure playoffs, but it's realistically a must-win for G2 too, because win it, they step ever so closer to an upper bracket place. Lose and they could be in for a bruising in the lower bracket. Personally, I've gone with a G2 win and locking in top 4, and putting the pressure on XL to actually pick up some wins this weekend. But yeah, as I say, I've gone with a G2 win, and you'll start to see a similar trend for XL as the unthinkable may happen. The final matchup for day number 1 features BDS and Fnatic taking to the Rift. Honestly, BDS mathematically eliminated and Fnatic are mathematically qualifying for a top 2. So who wins? That's the big old question, because it's realistically a nothing matchup. But personally, Fnatic tend to do well in these nothing matchups because they want to kind of get a little bit of a smoothie practice in on some champions. Who knows, Elise Zillion might return to the team. But personally, it's a Fnatic win all the way, regardless of the stakes. So the second day is kicked off with SKXL, probably the most pivotal matchup this weekend for these two teams. Win if you're XL and you qualify for playoffs for the first time ever. Lose and SK could claw themselves into playoffs and take your spot. And personally, I've gone with an SK win. Even if it is unlikely, I believe that the XL playoffs for the first time is guaranteed. Let's be honest, I think they'll do it, because it favours them more than SK and Mad. But personally, it'd be funny and very silly goofy if they lose this, lose the tiebreaker situation to SK as well, and SK take the 6th spot over XL. That would be hilarious, and personally, why I've gone with an SK win. Mad Astralis, do or die for Mad yet again, and Mad are my prediction. Astralis have nothing to lose. They'll probably try and play stupid, but who cares? It's a Mad win. BDS Rogue, nothing matchup realistically on paper, and yeah, let's just say this Rogue win, I really don't give a crap. It's time for a big old matchup for a top 2 spot as Misfits take on Fnatic. Oh boy, when we came into this win, no one really expected Misfits to be this highly placed, and people are kind of expecting a fall off during playoffs, but I think they're gonna stick at it, even though they're going against Fnatic. And my prediction is a Fnatic win before we get into the breakdown, but Misfits as a whole have been on a roll, and I wasn't expecting to be here, as I've just said, but I'm kind of a bit brain dead at times. But personally, Misfits could cause Fnatic some upset here in this game, as usually these two facing off ends in banger, and I for one think that we'll be treated on the second day, even if I've gone with Fnatic win. Let's round out day 2, Vitality and G2. Whew, this is going to be interesting because it's Perks versus Caps, the mid-lane maestros doing battle, and the stakes could never be higher for Perks. Lose and he's missing, I do believe, the first ever playoffs that he would have ever missed. And win, then he's going into playoffs guaranteed. I for one realistically want to see a G2 versus Vitality matchup during playoffs, because these two teams have brought excitement to the Rift. They've got the most unique picks in this league, and as a whole, watching them battle will be interesting. Regardless, my prediction is a Vitality win. You can see the trend here with Vitality for my predictions, and I just feel that they got the better of G2 last time. I think it's going to be a similar sort of tale to the tape, as the bot lane, I think for Vitality, hasn't really shown up this year, but they will in this matchup, as questions have been asked of Kazi, and I think these questions will be answered in this matchup. It's time for the final day, day 3 of the LEC, and SK vs Misfits opens up the action. I started off by saying it'd be funny if SK qualified over XL this weekend, and it would be very funny. However, I've gone with a Misfits win here, and I've gone with them obviously losing on day number 1 to Rogue, but Misfits should be SK, and regardless of the fact that both top laners have had an iffy sort of season, not gonna lie, Genax hasn't really performed or shone like he did last year, and here it's just been very silly goofy, let's be honest. He's been very reckless, and as a whole, Misfits have been very lucky to pick up wins if they did play through top. Now, I think this game might see a lot of attention up to the top lane for all the wrong reasons, but I've still gone with a Misfits win, and VTO is going to step up for his next MVP performance. By the end of day 2, this could quite honestly be a nothing matchup as Vitality take on Astralis. So far, gone with the double down onto Vitality for the previous 2 days. Make it a triple as I've gone for them beating Astralis, even though if it's a nothing matchup, chances are you're going to see Perks play something wacky in the mid lane, maybe his Yone. That thing that he lost on ever so poorly against C9 with C9 at the start of his lock-in tournament back in spring last year. That'd be quite interesting to see. However, Astralis winning, could see it, but no. Vitality in my prediction for day number 3. BDS Mad need realistically this win to get to playoffs, and I've not given them the win. Grabs is gonna get revenge on the Mad Lads for last year, and personally, who can blame him? I'd feel that BDS, I think it's gonna be funny. They're gonna outshine. It's gonna be sad because I feel Elyoya deserves playoffs yet again. He's been the shining star of the Mad Lads lineup, but his team realistically around him has just crumbled. And yeah, it's just been quite a hard season for the Mad Lads because the competition around him has just stepped up, and they've kind of not gone anywhere. Regardless, BDS win. It's going to be a nice, easy carry for Nuclear Int. And that's that. Roll on up to Fnatic XL. It's the battle of the British Orcs until Fnatic became Fnatic Questo. Gonna be brutally honest here, I've gone with a Fnatic win, so give me a scream and a cheer. XL 0-3, cause it's haha funny. A storm approaches for our second matchup of the week. G2 versus Rogue. We're going to be team breaking down G2. It's about time we covered them, and I feel that we're going to see probably the most interesting style in this game. It's going to probably be a nothing matchup regardless, but come on, G2 Rogue, who doesn't like that matchup? I certainly for one really do like it. And I've gone with a Rogue win, just to rub salt in the wounds of my team breakdowns, because so far they've all had the team that I'm breaking down winning. Anyway, that is going to be it for the predictions. If you enjoyed these 15 phenomenal matches broken down for your glory, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you're new around here if you want to. Check out the artist for all the art in the videos at Akirsen on Instagram. She loves it when I do this. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.